Hello, I'm Jonasz Lewiński, and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Now, overnight on the 3rd of October, Russia carried out a massive strike on Ukraine's infrastructure. The Ukrainian Air Force reported that Moscow launched more than 400 aerial attacks in total. Russian forces fired 13 missiles in addition to drones, damaging civilian infrastructure and injuring 2 people in the Kharkiv region. In the southern Kherson region, drones, artillery and aircraft struck dozens of communities, leaving 2 apartment blocks and 11 private homes damaged. 5 people were injured as a result. In Poltava, energy infrastructure was hit, and debris from a downed drone damaged the house, though no casualties were reported. Ukraine's state energy company said that work was stopped at a number of gas production facilities due to the attack. Meanwhile, the Financial Times reports that Russia has upgraded its Iskander-M and Kinzhal missiles, which are regularly used in strikes against Ukraine. According to the paper, the missiles now follow a standard trajectory before suddenly diving steeply or maneuvering sharply in the final stage, tactics designed to evade Patriot air defenses. As a result, Ukraine's interception rate for ballistic missiles has fallen from 37% in August to just 6% in September. Now, across the border, in Russia, Ukrainian drones targeted the Azot chemical plant in the Perm region. Local media cited witnesses who heard multiple explosions near the facility overnight. In turn, Russian officials reported only a brief stoppage in production without giving any details. The Azot plant is owned by Uralchem, one of the world's largest fertilizer manufacturers, whose products are also used to make explosives. On the front line, Ukraine's Deep State Monitoring Project reported the formation of another pocket of encircled Russian troops near Dobropillia on the Pokrovsk axis. Military observer Konstantin Mashoviets said Russian forces are pushing north and northwest of Lyman, attacking the town of Yampil and trying to move into its center. He estimates that 80 to 90,000 Russian troops are operating in that sector alone. According to Mashoviets, Russia's command appears focused on blocking Lyman from the northwest, seizing Yampil, and then using it as a base for further advances on the city of Lyman, potentially supporting Russian operations in the Siversk area. If unsuccessful, Ukraine's defense of both Lyman and Siversk could become far more difficult. Now, a Russian soldier has broken his silence, revealing that he and his fellow comrades were ordered to carry out what he described as suicide missions. According to his social media account, units were sent into hopeless attacks with little chance of survival, treated as expendable resources.
Я, Осипович Александр Анатольевич, позывной «Псих», 5.06.97 года рождения, отказался сегодня выполнять абсурдную задачу пройти по полю с парнями 1,7 километра по открытой местности под вражескими FPV. Вчера по приказу командующего завел 2 парней через открытку. Сам пройти успел, они нет, их разбили FPV. Хотя командование предупреждал, что там не пройти. Но мне сказали, это твоя задача, твой приказ, иди как хочешь. Я прошел, парни не успели. Позывной комбата «Фокс». Также в этой задаче принимали участие начальник инженерной службы с позывным «Щербак» и мой непосредственный командир, начальник разведки Шустрый. Когда сегодня отказался выполнять задачу, не угрожали. Сейчас иду к начальству, не прячусь, не убегая. То есть я отказался только выполнять абсурдную задачу. Повреждений на мне никаких нет. Я весь целый. Завтра, 20 сентября, если я не выйду на связь, рассылайте все это видео по всему интернету, по всем соцсетям. Пусть страна знает наших героев-командиров, которые отправляют парней просто на смерть, когда их предупреждают, что там не пройти. Очень много парней лежит трехсотых, которых никто не достает. Вот такая вот у нас обстановка на фронте.
The 14th Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Regiment, call signs Spalach and Kurt and Company, are operating around Kramatorsk and Toretsk, some of the hottest and most consequential sectors of the front line. Their persistent strike sorties shape local battles and feed real-time targeting to forward units. Every hit here carries a tactical value, disrupting enemy formations, slowing advances, and buying time for defenders to reorganize. The crews push their systems to the limit, doing everything possible, and sometimes impossible, to hold the line.
Дивись, оце стовп, і під стовпом кущ відпрацьовує.
Operators in this strike unit are consistently delivering attacks on targets, combining drone sensors with trained judgment to minimize wasted munitions. They degrade enemy morale and logistics more efficiently than blind bombardment. Drones slip through the gaps, exploiting seams in air defenses and terrain to reach critical nodes where a single strike can cascade into broader operational gains. Extra points for thoroughly disrespecting the Russian flag. It had absolutely no business being there in Ukrainian territory. Now, moving on to our next story. A Russian UAZ-452 Bukhanka struck a remotely placed mine near Oleshki in the Kherson region. The vehicle was destroyed and 4 occupants were eliminated. In contested zones like the area around Kherson, route clearance and reconnaissance are essential to reduce such losses. The battlefield here rewards patience and preparation while punishing complacency. Fun fact, this vehicle, the Bukhanka, is often referred to in the West as a Scooby-Doo van, because it is quite similar to the vehicle in this series. Now, this episode probably isn't canon though, unless it was a crossover with Ghost Rider. And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news, updates and commentary.